There's some new iPhone 15 rumours floating around the internet at the moment, and I think I'm getting excited. Now, we won't be getting a folding iPhone this year, and the iPhone mini won't make an appearance again, unfortunately. But the rumours that are circulating at the moment about the iPhone 15 are pretty interesting. And these latest rumours are courtesy of the Apple Hub on Twitter. No idea who that is, but that account has been going for quite a while. It's got lots of followers, and I think they have a fairly good track record. But these are just rumours, and as we know about the Apple rumour mill, it's not always that reliable, so please take everything I'm about to say with a massive pinch of salt. But I've got 8 rumours here on this iPad, and I'm just going to react to each one, so let's get into it. The first rumour is that we're going to get 6.1 inch and 6.7 inch sizes for both the regular iPhone 15 and the iPhone Pro models, which is exactly what we have with the iPhone 14 at the moment, so it just sounds like Apple is going to keep the current lineup as it is for the iPhone 15, and that does mean, unfortunately, that the iPhone mini series would be dead for the foreseeable future, but we kind of knew that, unless they keep the iPhone 13 mini on board, which is unlikely. But what will be interesting is what they do with the iPhone 14 Plus, because reports suggest that that phone isn't selling very well at all. And I think that's because it's too expensive, there's not really a market for it, and they should have kept the iPhone mini. So when it comes to this rumour about the size, in fact, is it even a rumour? It's not, is it? It's just confirming that the iPhone mini is dead and that we will probably be getting the iPhone 15 Plus. But boy, do they need to do something with that device. Rumour number 2 is that we're going to get the 48 megapixel wide lens, so the standard zoom lens that you currently get on the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max across the entire range of the iPhone 15 series. That's really good news. I think one of the things that Apple does really well with the iPhone is democratise what were once Pro features, and it's normally the camera hardware that's treated to that strategy. So you get the really fancy new camera stuff on the Pro iPhones, and give it a year or two, that stuff filters down to the regular models. The only thing I'd say, having had that 48 megapixel sensor on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, is that the novelty wears off pretty quickly. To use that 48 megapixel sensor, you have to shoot really in Pro RAW and then do all the editing afterwards. Most normal people, me included, can't be bothered. So it's nice to get that 48 megapixel sensor across the range, but don't get too excited about it. The third rumour is one that I'm incredibly happy about, which is that we're going to get, apparently, USB-C across all iPhone 15 models. I'm a broken record about Lightning on Apple devices, I'm a bit boring about it, but I don't care. They are the only manufacturer at the moment who uses a proprietary charging and data port over USB-C. And we've come to this ridiculous reality where we have devices like the iPad mini, the iPad Pro, even the 10th generation iPad, and even, inexplicably, the latest Siri remote for the Apple TV 4K. All of those devices use USB-C, yet the iPhone and AirPods and AirPods Pro and AirPods Max still use Lightning. I think it's fair to say that one of the main reasons they're doing this year is because of a new EU directive that is forcing all manufacturers to adopt USB-C by 2024. So basically, if you make a mobile device like this that needs charging and you want to sell it in the EU, it has to have USB-C. So thank you, EU, and Apple, it's about time. Number 4 on the rumour list is that the next iPhone is going to have a titanium frame rather than stainless steel. Now this is for the Pro models only. It's worth mentioning that the Apple Watch Ultra has I think it's an aerospace grade titanium frame, which is very tough, incredibly light. So for that reason, I think this sounds like a very good upgrade for the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. The only thing I would caution here is that apparently titanium is more expensive than stainless steel. Now don't hold me to that, I've just done some very basic research. But if that's the case, does that mean we're going to see yet another price hike? I hope not. I do want a tough iPhone, although having said that, the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I have, and even the iPhone 13 mini that I had before that, are incredibly tough phones already. So I wouldn't want Apple just to go with a new material just for a marketing reason or just to say that it's a tougher, stronger phone if the net result of that is a more expensive phone. The next one's interesting. It's solid state buttons on the iPhone 15 Pro models. Now don't worry, that doesn't mean the return of the physical home button, or at least I hope it doesn't, because that would be really weird. What I think it means is changing the physical volume and power buttons on the side of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max to be solid state. And that means they're not real buttons at all, they just act like real buttons. So it's pretty much what you've got on the iPhone SE and the previous iPhones that had that solid state fake home button. And that uses a combination of sensors and haptic feedback to make it feel like you're pressing a physical button. It's very clever, it's going down the route of increasing water and dust resistance, and it is taking Apple closer and closer to their dream, which we all know is to have a completely buttonless, portless iPhone. Number 6 is interesting. It's the A17 Bionic chip. It will be fantastic. It will be quick, it will be fast, that's the same thing, but it will just be an amazingly capable chip. Every iPhone is fast. I can't get excited about that. And while I'm here, I might as well mention number 7, which is 8GB of RAM on the Pro models. Please try and keep awake at the back. Let's move on from specs. They're so boring on iPhones. Right, the final rumour for the iPhone 15, and again, this is for the Pro and Pro Max models only, is a periscope lens. Now, I've got 2 Android phones here that have periscope lenses, the Pixel 7 Pro, fantastic phone, and also the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, terrible phone in the UK. And without getting into the weeds about this, a periscope lens basically gives you much greater zooming capabilities. So you can go to 5x, 10x, 20x, even 30x, and still get fantastic images. And I can confirm that both of these phones have amazing zooming capabilities, and they are better than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So the prospect of getting a proper periscope lens on the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max is very exciting. So these rumours feel pretty reasonable to me. They're not that exciting, I agree, but as I've said previously, the iPhone reached its innovation ceiling, if you like, probably 2 or 3 years ago. So these rumours represent the iPhone catching up with the Android competition in certain areas, but also just raising the bar with things that it does very well already. I hope all of those things come true later this year, but I'd love to know what you think. Are these iPhone 15 rumours exciting for you? Would they tempt you to upgrade, particularly if you've got the iPhone 14 at the moment? Are these rumours enough to make you switch when that new one comes out? Or are you waiting for something else that I didn't mention today? Let me know in the comments. And if you've still got some time and you want to see what else I want from Apple in 2023, keep watching for a link to that video.